I'm Julie Bullitt. I'm a family therapist.
I'm David Bullitt, and I'm a divorce lawyer. And together, we
are the Bullets.
Okay, got it.
I think we're getting better at that.
Well, we've done enough of these. We should be getting better.
Yes.
I was the one who screwed all the other ones
Yes.
up. We had to do 17 different takes.
Yes.
And Andrew, our production and IT guy, would roll his eyes every so often. But we're getting better.
We're getting better.
So this was your idea. We're talking goal setting for couples. Mm-hmm. And everybody says, oh yeah, we're going to do this year, do that next year, or whatever it might be. I think a lot of couples do that. But you're talking about something a little bit more than that, right?
Right. So I'm talking about being more deliberate and concrete with it. And so something that we've been doing for several years, we're not always perfect at it, but we have goals. We write in this little journal, and we've been keeping goals. So I think about 7 years now.
Sounds about right.
And so what we do is on our anniversary, we sit down and we write down a few goals.
So let me ask you a question before you go talk more about it, because you're always jumping ahead, and I want to ask you more detailed questions.
Yeah, and I do have something to add to that. So
go ahead, add to that.
Okay,
first.
So why is it important to goal set?
That was
right?
my question.
Okay. Well, what I like to say is, about goals, whether it's goals for yourself or goals as a couple or goals as a family or goals in business, if you don't write it down, it's more difficult to attain it. So it's like a GPS or Waze. Like you get in the car and you put in an address and you start to drive towards the address, towards where you put into the GPS system. And it's not that you couldn't get there if you didn't put the address in. It just helps you get there, more quickly and more deliberately. And
it's also accountability, right? I mean, it's one thing if you say, okay, this year we're going to do that. You say, great, and then we go watch TV. Right. But if you write it down and you actually look at what's in the book, that's a harder part for me, is to go back and look at it.
Right.
Or like we've talked to some people about putting Post-its in the bathroom. So every day you get up in the morning, you're seeing those stickers that says, this year we're gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, to improve ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's accountability, which I do think is important.
Right.
Because most of us really have to hold ourselves accountable and have to work to do that. And it's much easier to do if you just have a little flip discussion and then flip on the TV versus you
writing it down
and you seeing it with regularity.
Right, sitting down and actually saying, these are the things that we want to do as a couple.
All right, so let's, just for a quick second, because I haven't looked at this in a little while, what did we think was important over those years when you look back in those 7 years? What kind of goals did we set for ourselves?
So we usually talked about finances.
Right.
We always had like a financial goal, whether it be to save more money or to stop spending money or to downsize, which we did, almost 2 years ago, downsize to a smaller house that was, less costly to keep up. And we always had a sex or intimacy goal. And
one of us did.
Yes, one of us did. And then sometimes we also had communication goals, and whether it's patience or tone or the way that we were treating each other. We also talked about a few times in there would be to notice each other more, compliment each other more. And those were the kind of things and are the kind of things that we do. So I know that this is, the beginning of a new year.
Right.
And that's a great time. I mean, people make New Year's resolutions. They set goals for themselves. I happen to really like the fact that we do it in August on our anniversary, but certainly it can be done anytime where you sit down with your partner and you just kind of hit, some categories.
So let's talk a little bit about, reality because I think, like I said, I think people are going to look here and they're going to say, okay, but if I didn't do it in 2020, why am I going to do it in 2021? Should I keep putting the same thing down? Are these aspirational or are these really attainable things? Because if they're aspirational and you don't do it, then you say, okay, well, I gave it my best shot. We'll try again next year. If they're attainable, on the other hand, then you then there's something that's within your grasp, or maybe there should be some of both. I don't know.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, I think that's a good point with any type of goal setting that you do, whether it's for your own physical health, mental health, diet, exercise, those kinds of things. You want to make things very specific. So if you're talking about, we want to better our communication.
What does that mean?
Right. It's a very general goal. So we need to get more specific than
We're
that.
gonna talk every night for
We're
15
gonna-
minutes after dinner.
Right.
Or what we started doing a few months back, the No Tech 90, right?
Right. The No Tech 90, where we're spending time just talking with each other and not on devices.
Right.
And the other thing is, even setting aside like a Sunday night, doing like a family meeting or a couples meeting where you're talking together if you're working on specific goals. That's something that's been very helpful for families that I work with. So being very specific and deliberate, it's not just like, put money, save more money. Well, what does that mean?
Right.
Oh, okay, that means that we have
$50 a month, $100 a month.
Well, it also
whatever it
means
might be.
that we're going to be not eating out, twice a week, that we're going to eat out once a week. It also means that we're going to clip coupons. It also means that
Could mean any of those things.
right, but get specific.
Right,
That's
I
my
understand.
point. Is no online shopping.
You didn't set that as a goal, did you?
No, but it probably needs to happen.
Okay.
So get specific with what your goals are. Don't be general, just like, save more money. Well, how are you going to do it?
Right. I think that's important. And then you can see that you're doing it.
Right.
So if, for example, let's go back to we're going to save more money this year. However you get there, whether it's because you're going out to dinner less, because you're spending less on things you don't need, or whatever
Right.
it is. But if you say we're going to save $500 every month for the next 12 months, just pick any number, and then you look at your bank account at the end of January, and there's $500 more in there. Okay,
Right.
I can do this.
Right.
And keep doing it and hold yourself accountable. That's really, to me, is the thing.
Right.
Is setting the goals is easy peasy.
Right.
It's like when
It's
we
working
do,
'em. Working 'em.
It's like when we do the Peloton. Right?
Yeah.
And the first thing that one trainer says, you've already gotten past the big part. You're here.
Check done.
Check done. You're
Jet
here.
set.
And I think that's exactly right. And that strikes me every time I do one of her classes and
Yeah.
I see that. Because you're there. So January, we did it. We saved the money. So February you fell a little bit short. You saved $400. All right, well, you know what? We're going to save $500 in March. We're going to do
Right,
it.
it's not
do
perfect.
better.
Right.
It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, and know that. And I think that's an important part is whenever you set goals is to aim for consistency, but don't get mad if there's not perfection.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So not that I don't remember, but what were our goals for 2021? I guess the 21-22 for our last anniversary this past August.
Yeah, I think we talked about traveling a little bit more
Okay.
now that that we're open up.
Right.
Intimacy always comes on there. We want to have.
How are we doing so far?
Medium. Medium. We always talk about, we should be having more sex or more, me touching you more. It's usually about.
good job.
I'm
Today.
getting some points today. Anyway, yeah. So I think we had financial stuff, continuing to save for retirement. And those kinds of things. I think those are the main things.
So pick things that are attainable, right?
Yep. And
hold
with your
yourself
kids, if
accountable.
you have goals for your kids, helping your kid, apply for colleges or, helping your kid, get better at sports or, something that they're
play
interested in.
baseball with my 6-year-old every night after dinner or
Yeah.
every day, whatever it may be,
Right.
every Saturday or whatever it might be.
Right.
So pick goals that are attainable.
Yes.
And hold yourself accountable. Look at
Yes,
that.
I love
the
it.
2 A's.
The 2
We
A's.
should come up with a third A. We'll come up with that.
Yeah,
think
we'll
about
let you know next time.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Attainable goals.
Yep.
And be accountable.
Yep.
All right.
So
we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks for joining in, and look for us at The Bullets on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest,
Twitter.
Any other one? Any other?
LinkedIn.
And we are The Bullets.
www.thebullets.com.
BULITTS.
Yep. See you next time.
Bye.